New York City, baby.
We are. Now we got to talk about your new album, Freedom, which
Yeah.
is just came out for the most part.
Yep.
It has landed at number 16 on the Billboard album sales chart in the first week, which congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Hit top 5 on the Apple Music pop chart.
Yeah.
How does it feel to see such a strong response from your fans?
It's very cool. I mean, you know, coming from obviously new kids, we call them blockheads, and sometimes I call my fans Bravehearts, but
where'd you get the Braveheart
it
name?
was just it was an old kind of an inside kind of a name that we came up with, but it's BH Blockheads and Bravehearts is BH too.
Gotcha.
Anyways, amazing fans. They're the best, and I think they know this album is important to me, so they kind of jumped right at it and made a splash, and it was fun to be on the charts with, you know, Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift and all these amazing artists, and so we had fun with that. And yeah, it is important to me, and they're digging it, so I'm excited.
Now, you wrote 8 out of the 10 tracks. What's the most personal song for you, and what inspired it?
Well, I co-wrote all of them. There's 2 of them I just wrote myself, but my friend Sean Thomas and I wrote the whole album. And you know, a lot of it is actually, you know, about autonomy and freedom and personal freedom, and in ways we can carve out our own thing, you know. And of course, me being a part of such a huge success like New Kids on the Block, which I'm so grateful for, but like life is big, and like it's important for us to find those times, and you know, that can be anything. That could be, you know, making your own garden, or taking a trip, or freedom is a big word, but you know, it's important for me to do this album and to have my own space, and I think people can relate to that in many ways, you know, even for good things, you know.
Now, I know that it's kind of like a semi-biographical album. What parts of your journey did you feel most compelled to share through the music?
It's 10 songs. I like that it's 10 songs, kind of this old school album of like 5 songs on each side.
Little,
if you get the vinyl.
Much.
Yeah, and it packs a punch. It's got a bit of a storyline, I guess. I'm a theater kid, so like having a through line through a piece of work is important. You know, it's really about, you know, the first song is anybody out there, and it's sort of like, life is crazy, the world is crazy, hello, you know what I mean? And you take off from there, and it's about taking chances. I think, you know, unfortunately, to grow, we have to get uncomfortable. You know, that's why lately, if I'm uncomfortable and I'm nervous or anxious about something, as much as I don't like it, it means that I'm doing the right thing. You know, I'm doing something different, and I'm going to grow from it. So it has that kind of vibe.
Now, you mentioned a storyline. Would you recommend people listening to the album from start to finish?
Yeah, thank you.
Order?
I know. I was sort of like, if you're going to listen to it, you know, the first time, don't jump around. Just listen to it from top down. And it's actually only 32 minutes, the 10 songs. So it's quick. It's like a good commute. It's a good subway ride. And that way you get the whole vibe. You get the whole feel. And it might make more sense that there is sort of like a through line to it.
Now, let's talk about your tour that you're about to kick off in April, the Freedom Phase 1 tour. It's going to be ending later that month here in New York City at Irving Plaza. How are you preparing for the run, and what can fans expect to see at the performance?
Well, I've never played Irving Plaza. I've been able to play so many places in New York, and you know, to me that was always where the cool kids played, Irving Plaza. You know what I mean? So many great bands, but it's nice to finally, you know, have a night there, April 26th. It's a Saturday, so I know a lot of the fans will be planning the night and having a good time. This was a tour that I didn't want to just get up there and sing the songs. I did kind of want to bring the vibe and tell the story through the tour. I'm building a stage for it. You know, I'm bringing lighting, which is, for a club tour, you usually keep it simple, but I kind of, you know, the vision was important to me. So I'm going to be in the middle of the floor.
So you have your hands in everything then.
I guess, yeah. For better or for worse, yeah. For better or for worse, I'm like, you know, I'm thinking about it all the time. But I have a lot of great help. I have a great, the creative director for the last New Kids tour and the Las Vegas dates that we're planning is helping me on this tour, and I'm excited. I'm going the extra mile for sure.
Amazing. Anything you could share that we could expect to see?
Well, I mean, for once, it's not just like, you know, a stage and people standing there watching. My stage is in the middle on the floor, so it's sort of like in the round.
Very cool.
I think it's going to be an immersive experience, So I got to prep the fans, Wear comfortable shoes, comfortable clothes. We're going to be in it, you know what I mean? We're going to be in it.
Now we got to talk about the fact that you've gone from like boy band stardom to solo projects to Broadway.
Yeah.
I just saw you in Drag the Musical not too long ago, which you absolutely killed it.
What
keeps you inspired to keep pushing these creative boundaries?
Well, I think I'm first of all grateful for the opportunities. You can't take them for granted, and it's what I love to do. And being in show business and in the arts, it's a lot of up and down. But if you commit to it and you're in it for the long run, which I have been, with my experience, you realize that, it does get easier in some ways. And so these opportunities, sometimes you got to make your own music, so to speak. And then sometimes you get to be a part of these, great shows. And theater, I grew up in theater, so you got to love doing 8 shows a week, and I do. And Drag the Musical is a great show, and it's still going strong, so go see that. I'm not in it right now, but it was a beautiful thing to be a part of.
Planning to make another debut on any Broadway musical?
Well, we'll see. I mean, again, it's in my blood. I love the experience. There's so many shows trying to get on Broadway now.
I mean, you were in Wicked too.
Yeah, I was in Wicked very early on with Adina, and
how was that?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, and to see the movie explode like that is, it's a juggernaut, and it's such a beautiful, piece, and obviously the music is iconic, and it's been fun to be just part of that family in some way.
Now, of course, for our blockheads, we have to talk about New Kids on the Block, because you guys are going on tour. You're going to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Doing a residency June 20th to July 5th.
Yeah, that's the first one, yeah.
I'm excited. How does it feel to be returning to the stage with the guys?
It's great. I mean, we've been together again for so long, and, we haven't messed it up yet. The blockheads keep showing up for us, and one thing that was still on the table was Vegas and building a show there, and to sit down and have all the bells and whistles of like top shelf, people, and just do it like perfectly, and not have to get on a bus and take it to another city and build it that way. And so far the pictures and the schemes that we got going on, we're already like, whoa. So I know the fans are going to be very, very excited and very happy.
Got any surprises you want to share?
No.
Come on.
I'm not going to get into any trouble. Are there going to be
some eye-popping moments?
Yes, there will be. And, it's cool. I mean, people are excited. Everyone's like, we'll see you in Vegas, So it's going to be quite a trip for everybody.
See, I was thinking, because now that the Backstreet Boys just announced that they're going to be in Vegas right after you guys.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys have co-headlined before.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think or wonder, could there be a possibility where you might bring them on, they may bring you on?
Maybe. I don't know if our dates line up. I mean, the Sphere is very cool. They're doing the Sphere. We're doing the Dolby Theater, where Usher was, and Bruno Mars, and so many great artists, and two different vibes, two different, facilities. I haven't seen the Sphere yet, but I think for the new kids, it just feels more like iconic and traditional in what we do, to go out into the crowd and feel everybody. That theater is huge, but it has like an intimate quality to it as well. So that's going to fit, our vibe. And, what we did with the Backstreet Boys years ago I think it surprised a lot of people, and it was a great success. And it's cool to be a part of that, legacy, the boy band legacy.
I've said this time and time again. I think there needs to be like the ultimate boy band concert where it's you guys, Backstreet, NSYNC, 98
They've been
Degrees.
Trying.
Like
They've been
on
trying,
just one
believe
bill.
me. They've been trying. The most recent one was the Super Bowl. They're like, let's have a boy band Super Bowl, halftime show.
That would be dope. Speaking of, because you guys were the first, New Kids on the Block were the first to do the Super Bowl back in '91.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience.
Well, it was a million years ago. It was at the height of our success, and it was a little fuzzy, to be honest. But getting another shot at that would be more fun. The thing is, doing it now is you're a little bit more grounded. You're having all the success. You get to be a rock star, but there's a little bit more space, you know, involved in the whole operation.
I mean, you guys pretty much paved the way. You guys were the first pop stars to be on a stage there.
We think they should, you know, give us a little cut, but they're not agreeing to it. I mean, before us was New Edition. New Edition from our hometown. They're our heroes. You know, it didn't start with us. You know, and there was Jackson 5 before them and the Four Tops. And, you know, the cool thing is to be a part of that sort of lexicon. It's really, really special.
Now, let's go back to the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
Over the years, who have been your top 3 favorite performances?
Prince was phenomenal. You know, in retrospect, you know, the Katy Perry wasn't nothing to sneeze at. She came in on like a big lion. I was at that Super Bowl, actually. You know, and then she did something, you know, she had the 2 dolphins dancing with her, which, you know, you have to have like a viral moment. So she's good like that. So Prince, Katy Perry, and I like Rihanna. Rihanna's one a couple of years ago was phenomenal.
What did you think about Kendrick's performance this year?
Listen, I liked it because it was different, you know what I mean? And people forget, like, art and artists want to, you know, make a difference, you know what I mean? And a lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people did, and that's what art is, you know what I mean? You don't want to make, the last thing you want is like, it was okay, you know? You want reaction, and he got reaction. And I thought it was smart, and he was able to have this pageantry, but also say a lot of things he wanted to say.
What else is in store for you for the rest of the year?
Well, I am fitting in I did a Christmas movie, actually, last year. It was called Jingle Bell Love. It was on the Roku channel, and it did so well. They might be mad at me, but we got to fit it. Soon we're going to share it. But so I do the tour in April. We're doing a sequel in May, actually. So Page 6 exclusive right there.
To us.
Yeah, so we're doing a sequel to that. That's going to be out next Christmas. And then we go to Vegas to do our first, you know, shows for the residency. So I'm plenty busy. I'm grateful. And yeah, so, and you better be at Irving Plaza.
Oh, if I'm invited, I'll be there.
You're there. You're on the list.
Perfect. Yeah. Will we see you at Thanksgiving again this year, the Thanksgiving Day Parade?
I don't know. Man, it was raining. It was cold. It was amazing, though. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, Joey McIntyre, thank you so much for stopping by Page 6.
Thank you. Good to be here.